Hi everybody, welcome back. So we are off to a brand new year. I have really missed you guys over the last couple of weeks. We were going away, obviously we knew that, but I was hoping to work more whilst we were away in Devon, and we just ended up having such a nice time, and it's really good for anybody that uses social media a lot to have a big detox, and it was definitely needed. So I'm glad to be back. Let's get 2025 off to the big bang that it is. Now, royal news videos are always going to stay the same this year. I love the royals. I will be concentrating on the good works that members of the royal family do, and Harry and Meghan will obviously still feature. They're still linked to the monarchy, but as we know, they generally tend to be the punchline at the end of my videos. But this video is different. This video is about Meghan. She deserves a video all to herself because she's actually been doing some work lately, and there's just too much to unpack with two appearances over the course of 2 days that we've just got to dissect in the best way that I know how. But let's talk about Meghan's first appearance of the new year. Meghan, little miss, I have no new ideas of my own, loves this view of herself going onto a beach. Harry dutifully filming his wife from behind, or a staff member. I say Harry because that's what the newspapers were told. Whether that's just to keep telling everybody, don't worry, they're in love, they're together. Look, he's filming his wife for Instagram on the beach. It's true love. So Meghan's gone flouncing onto the beach because she's swinging her arms around like she's flapping her wings, and she's obviously barefoot, dressed all in white like it's a 90s circa Calvin Klein ad, and she found herself so funny that she giggled as she did it and then as she ran off screen. And the thing is, it looked ridiculous. It looked ridiculous because this is a grown woman that's, I think the rumours might be true that she's closer to 50 than she is 40. The fact that Meghan is bounding along the beach, giggling and smiling, it would have looked better if she had her children with her. You know, like Catherine's video back in September when the Princess of Wales was seen laughing and running with Princess Charlotte on the beach, and Meghan tries to capture herself doing something very similar, slightly single white female, and it just doesn't quite work the same without the children. Meghan is still behaving the way that she did in her 20s and her 30s, and it just seems a little bit odd. Now, of course, eagle-eyed spotters across social media spotted near enough immediately that there were other 2025s written in the sand. So this wasn't a candid moment of Meghan going, wait, I've got a cute idea. Dung da dung da dung. It was, wait, I've got a cute idea. No, I don't like that. You'll have to film it again. No, don't like that. You know, this is what people do on Instagram. It's all fake. It's all set up. And Meghan is obviously going to be no different. Now, the point of this video was to tell the world that Meghan is back on Instagram. You know, she was only back on Instagram back in March, if you briefly remember that she'd decided to launch RO, and as we know, she'd done no work for that whatsoever and has run into problem after problem after problem. So now she has done another Instagram, well, we thought it was another Instagram account. This one has been actually in use for the last couple of years. This is the same woman that sat there on several couches over the last few years telling us, I don't have social media. I don't read it. I don't do it. She's got a husband that travels around the world, more recently preaching at people at the Clinton Global Initiative, telling everybody the pitfalls and the evils, the toxic dangers of social media, and how he now wants to take on the big guys at all of the big social media tech companies. Harry, when he's done with the media guys, he's coming for you. But what happened was rather strange, what I definitely noticed at the Deal Book Summit recently. Harry, despite waging war against people on social media, he turned around and said that he doesn't agree with children being banned from social media like they've done for under 16s in Australia. And this perplexed a lot of people, myself included, because I'm thinking this is a man that has spent a couple of years talking about how dangerous it is, how it's an addiction. Meghan herself has compared social media to a drug addiction, and that's why Harry and Meghan apparently don't have social media accounts. But that was another day, that was another story, and as we know, those two can't keep up with their many versions of the truth. And now Meghan has forgotten that she hates social media. Meghan is back to use social media so she can reach out to her fans. But the comments are obviously going to be switched off because she only really wants to hear from one particular type of person, doesn't she? And that's going to be the sycophants. So Meghan has launched her social media career back on us, and at the same time, or rather, what was it, 24 hours, maybe 48 hours later, Netflix, the was going to be called RO, now that's a dead duck, Meghan has launched With Love, Meghan. Oh, isn't that sweet? Isn't that darling? Even the poster for this makes me want to cringe because it's so fake, or rather, what's the word Meghan uses? This would be inauthentic. There's nothing real about Meghan now pretending that she's super sweet, stay-at-home mummy that loves entertaining her friends. If you can think back to Meghan and Harry implying about Catherine being a Stepford wife in the way that they did it, especially using Omid Scobie, their little mouthpiece, to do so, this is what makes me laugh, because Meghan quite clearly throughout several parts of this video, she looks like a Stepford wife in the kitchen. And not only that, she is entertaining girlfriends. They are all gathered in the kitchen, laughing and joking and making candles and no doubt baking cakes. In one of the episodes, I'm sure that we're going to see Meghan sit down with her friends and they can make Taylor Swift bracelets. That's how ridiculous it is. And the fact that obviously Meghan, the feminist who's been campaigning since she was 11 years old and she saw a rather sexist soap dish commercial, it also pours the utter hypocrisy on Meghan now trying to restyle herself yet again, now into some little Susie homemaker who just lovingly just wants to spread joy and love to everybody by creating lots of delicate dishes and eating fruit. Meghan, obviously, she bases herself on whatever she's trying to portray at the time, isn't it? It's she's not got a personality of her own, so she then creates these whole new images of herself. So we start with a slow pan shot of Meghan walking through her garden, picking at a berry, making sure she picks the best produce for whatever creation that she's going to be bringing to us. The thing is, it's not her garden. She hasn't done any gardening in this place. It's not her mansion. It's not her kitchen. This is little more than a studio, but they're trying to make it some sort of authentic experience with Meghan in her life. She's opening up her world, her life, her kitchen to you. She's even brought Guy the dog along, but it's not her kitchen. It's not her life. Well, it's a little bit of her life, and that is the fake manufactured version of Meghan that we are now on. I have lost count of the amount of reinventions that Meghan Markle has managed to do, or at least attempt to do. Even as she's opening up the fridge, you know it's someone else's fridge. When you look at the vegetables that she pulls out, you know that someone else has prepped them. The knives, the cutting boards, the cooker, nothing is hers. So as I said, if this is meant to be a serious moment where people can get to know the real Meghan, I don't think we're ever going to see the real Meghan, because Meghan doesn't know who Meghan is. Meghan says, "I've always loved taking something pretty ordinary and elevating it. Chopped veggies and a bowl of hummus. Wow, I'm truly amazed." Is this the inspiring reimagining of the genre of lifestyle programming of which we were informed? Is this Meghan highlighting the beauty in the unexpected? Crudités and hummus on a spinning board. I mean, what sorcery is this? Next, we have some lumpy cake batter, which Meghan tells us it's how she lets people know that she's thinking of them. You see, here comes the elevating moment. Meghan placing some mint leaves on a Victoria sponge that I think we all know deep down Meghan probably didn't cook. Nothing says you're thinking of someone quite like a sprig of mint. This must be one of those handy tips for us mere mortals to impress at the next dinner party. Perhaps it's the added flair of hair that Meghan's guests will no doubt get, as everything that she seems to prep throughout this trailer involves her long hair extensions practically dangling in it. Now here comes the predicted moment, which I knew would happen before it even aired, where we're going to see Meghan's friends praise her Friends such as Mindy Kaling, who starred on Archetypes, she tells Meghan that a slab of Victoria sponge that Meghan lovingly serves up for her is the most glamorous moment of her life. Really, Mindy? Really? I'm sorry, my bullshitter meter has just been activated. And I think Meghan thought the same as well, because she kind of does, well, all of her laughs are fake, but this one is even more particularly strained. Now, taking a quick pause in the breakdown of this trailer, one of Meghan's other friends, a very rich friend, Jamie Kern-Lima, well, she has promoted Meghan's trailer on her Instagram account. And it's the way that she promotes it that I've just got to bring up. And it's the very reason why I think this show is going to be incredibly painful for some. I'm so excited for the world to experience even more of your joy, your heart, your kindness, your humour, your humility, your compassion, your many talents, and your love. The reason why I say it's going to hurt is I felt at least 3 of my teeth just rot at the back for the amount of sugar that was poured onto that statement. This is the world that Meghan now lives in, a small circle of rich women who play dress up and tell each other how amazing and fabulous they are. No, you are. No, you are. Oh, we're all so fabulous. And I think it's definitely going to be adding to the extra flair that other people's successful cooking shows didn't have, for a very good reason. So let's, dive back in, shall we, to the trailer, seeing as I've now made you feel a little bit queasy. Let's continue. Here comes Meghan's flower selection scene. We knew this would be coming because she advertised it when she dropped RO. Meghan walking past all of the beautiful colours of all of these incredible flowers in a florist, and she tells the viewer that she picks what colour she gravitates to. Oh, look, a nude pastel shade. Shocker, said nobody ever. And here we have Meghan's attempt at floristry, where she has overstuffed as many flowers as she can get into that bowl, and she gives it a quick artistic spin. That must be the magic that she's talking about right there, although it seems to be missing something. Perhaps she needs a sprig of mint. Okay, so now we're on to her speciality, hair and ice cream surprise. It's okay, nobody panic. She remembered the mint. Phew, honestly, I don't know how people survived without Meghan telling us we need to put mint on everything. Okay, this next scene some of you might find distressing. This is a trigger warning. Meghan kneading dough with her friends with their rings on. The hygiene standards throughout this trailer has left myself cringing, and I only ever did basic home economics at school. But before anybody panics too much at the mere horror of Meghan violating some dough, don't worry, I thought she was making a focaccia. It turns out she was making a discus. Perhaps she can throw it for the dogs or at Harry's head later in the episode to try and get this a bit more fun. Oh, so this is where the taste test comes into it. Of course, the jelly and ice cream is a hit with her 2 besties, Abigail and Kelly. Meghan taking the compliment like, oh, I know. A quick little dance because she knows how fabulous she is and she doesn't need her friends to tell her so. Guy the Beagle making a quick appearance. Meghan taking her eldest dog with her, I guess for the aesthetic look at home with Meghan, even though it's not her home. She's taken her dog with her as she cooks food for other people, again, as you do. But remember, we're trying to give off the image of Meghan, the loving friend, the homemaker, the dog mum. So here we have footage of Meghan showing what it actually means to connect with friends, her new rich friends in California that she was so close to that none of them came to the wedding. Nothing screams friendship more like cocktails and candle making. Let's just hope she leaves a certain type of candle making to Gwyneth Paltrow. Those of you that get the reference, ugh. Yet again, Meghan has been in a fight with her shirt collar. Here comes the hugs. Surprised it took this long. A nice bit of condescending praise for the actual chef. Now here we come into the next bit that's got lots of people talking, and it gave many of us a bee in our bonnet. Meghan has decided now that she's interested in beekeeping? Well, of course she would be, because it's the Princess of Wales hobby that she loves. She's promoted it for years. The King more recently has promoted it with David Beckham's sustainable beekeeping. Queen Camilla keeps bees herself. I'm not saying that they are the only people that keep bees, but it's the fact it's the Princess of Wales hobby, and she's obviously got bees herself. So again, this is Meghan's single white female of stalking the princess. Now, at this point, speaking of stalking, it seems that the Princess of Wales isn't the only person that Meghan has been stalking. She seems to have been copying the concept from Emma Weymouth, who is the Marchioness of Bath. She's a TV star. She's lovely. She has been on Celebrity MasterChef. She was on one of the dancing programs. Everybody loves her. She's super popular. And she's got her own cooking show, Cooking with Emma, which she films inside the historical kitchens at Longleat, which she helped restore. And much like the Princess of Wales, you know, when she's cooking little things, she likes to include her gorgeous children. Emma is everything that Meghan is not. She is classy, she's beautiful, she's a model. Another thing, her father is actually a Nigerian chief. So she is actually a daughter of Nigerian nobility. Again, all the things that Meghan is not. Meghan then takes a moment to tell people that she's not in the pursuit of perfection or authenticity. Clearly, no, Meghan is in the pursuit of joy as she sprinkles dead flowers on some donuts. Love is in the details, apparently. Well, she does look very proud of herself. Let's be honest, Meghan, there's no one that's ever going to love Meghan as much as Meghan loves herself. If she was chocolate, she would eat herself. And of course, we're now going to see here Meghan's funny side. Watch this show, it's amazing. Meghan's hilarious, she's so funny. Oh, look, she's so funny. Meghan, the fake laugh. Honestly, at this point, I'm struggling to even finish talking about the trailer. But we shall continue. We then cut to a member of the crew, a rather manly looking man, eating something that I'm sure Meghan didn't make and one of the chefs did. Now, there's probably a reason why Meghan was giggling so much throughout, because she hasn't been around this much testosterone for a very, very long time. To create wonder, look what we've made. Ladybird bugs made with cherry tomatoes, a little bit of cheese, avocado, and some balsamic vinegar and an olive. I would say that that's something that has been around since the 70s. These were around at the same time as hedgehogs made with tin foil, half a melon, and cheese and pineapple sticks were. But of course, they won't be good enough for Meghan because, well, she'd need to elevate them with some mint. Oh, look, a brief cameo from Prince Harry, the only reason why they got that Netflix contract. And the chef. The chef is double high-fiving Meghan. I'm sure he's just relieved to pick up his paycheck and to leave. With love, Meghan. Oh, wow. Even the dog is snoring at the end. Personally, I'm with the dog. With love, Meghan, the woman that is so toxic that she is not liked across multiple countries around the world by a large number of people. And if the views and the likes are anything to go by, this show is not suddenly going to redeem her. This new version of Meghan, she's like the T1000 version of her now. I don't think that people are going to buy what she's selling. But that being said, on January the 15th, all I can say, people, is pray for me, because I'm going to be sitting down and I'm going to be watching it. Remember, I watch it, so you do not have to. So I'm already thinking about getting supplies. Supplies are going to be a bucket to throw up in, an eye mask, because I think I'll be rolling my eyes a lot and I might get a bit of a headache. I think some sort of bandage around my head to stop me from cracking my head into the wall to make it stop. And maybe a glass jar for tears, not my salty tears, of course, but tears of laughter as I roll around on the floor thinking, how did anybody sign off on this? Everybody is trashing it. The comments under the Netflix trailer on YouTube are worth going to just to look at it. You don't need to watch the trailer. I've broken it down for you. Just scroll through the comments. There are very, very few things in there that are actually positive. In fact, I'm reading reports from newspapers all around the world and everybody seems to be panning it because it's so fake. It's so inauthentic. And Meghan is bringing nothing Absolutely nothing new to what other talented and likeable celebrities have done for decades before her. It's obvious what she is doing. She is just taking other people's concepts and ideas and trying to pretend that she has created this party magic. The thing is with Meghan, because she is so fake, she's also 10 years too late to the party with a lot of this. She plagiarises other people's concepts, and there is nothing genuine or warm about her. Even the scenes with her laughing and joking with her friends, it looks completely fake. Meghan has managed to make reality TV, which is this is supposed to be, look faker than I think I've ever seen. She makes the Kardashians look like you're watching a very serious TV documentary. That's how bad this looks. And then she comes out for Mindy's birthday dressed up in a little tea dress, obviously taking some inspiration yet again from the Marchioness of Bath. It's like she's playing dress up Barbie. Oh, today I'm going to be a Duchess. And yet when you think back to when she was going to meet Catherine and William, Meghan was ripped jeans and barefoot. She didn't need to make that sort of effort. Cue a few years later, she's like, oh, I'm going to throw a tea party in someone else's garden room. Why don't you come? And it looks as crazy as her. It's like she's gone for Alice and Wonderland theme party. Just stick Harry at the end of the table, stick a hat on him. He can be the Mad Hatter. It's such a childish layout. They don't even have teaspoons with a teacup. She doesn't know what she's doing. There's no tea in that. It's just purely for her aesthetics. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of surprised that she didn't actually take the time with one of the chefs and show them how to make cucumber sandwiches with the crust cut off. But of course, don't forget to elevate it and add a sprig of mint. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the breakdown. I will be back with you Monday where we will get back to some real royal news. And of course, I'm sure we will be hearing more about those two as the year kicks off to another new start. So happy New Year, guys. See you soon. Bye.